Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever. Today we'll be introducing a new game. It's known as Blood Bowl. Now, Blood Bowl is a fantasy American football game. So that's dwarfs, elves, orcs and goblins, all playing American football. It's based on a tabletop game, a strategy tabletop game, with a bit of randomness in regards to the dice rolling. So I'm going to go through a few games, or rather a few turns, just to explain how the game works, and then we'll build a team for entering a single player tournament. So I'll just let the game kick off. Now, with every game you get your kickoff game. So one team starts with the ball, the other team kicks off. So your offense and your defense, and we will be the defense. We are the green and red orcs, and we are playing against the blue humans. So I'll quickly just kick the ball off, and then as we're going we'll explain it. So at the start of each kickoff you get a random event. In this case it was a get to ref. I'll do is I'll just put a normal camera on, that way it's easier to see. Now it's turn based, so each player takes a turn at moving their team. Each player has a certain amount of movement. So if I hover over this guy, you can see down at the bottom right corner he has an MA of 5, that's movement, an ST, that's strength of 3, agility, that's AG of 3, and armor value of 9. Movement, that's self-explanatory, tells you how far you can move. Each tile there you can see counts as 1. Strength, how hard you can block somebody. It is a very violent game, Blood Bowl, so you can cause quite a bit of damage being a nice vicious game. However, it's all good fun. Agility of 3, how easily you can maneuver and dodge your way out of other players, as well as how adept you are at picking the ball up, throwing it and catching it. And lastly, your armor value, which is how strong or how tough you really are. That could be a combination of armor and just general physical strength. Now, your average movement for a player is 6, strength and agility is 3, and your average armor is 8. So as you can see, this orc lineman I have, Gobzag, he's slightly slower than your average, but he is generally a little bit tougher, but he is average strength and agility. So each player has what's known as a tackle zone. That is the 8 surrounding squares. They can block players and tackle players in these squares. Blocking is based on strength. So, for example, I have a player here. He can block this other player as he is in his tackle zone. That's the 8 surrounding squares. Now, this player I've highlighted has strength of 4, and this player I've highlighted has strength of 3. So that means I get an advantage in blocking them. Now, blocking is based on rolling dice. So I'll click there, roll the dice. You get what's known as a POW or defender down, and there you have an attacker down. You have other ones in between which we can come up with. Now because we're stronger, we get to pick which one we want. So in this situation we always want to go for ones which are defender down. You never want to go for attacker down unless you get to choose who somebody is blocking you. So I'll block that player. Now we get the chance that we can actually follow up the move, which we'll just do, just so you can see. Now you also get what's known as a blitz. So you can actually blitz, which means you can move and then attack. You can only do that once per turn. So I've moved, and this is a push, so I get to push this player. You can also go for extra moves if needed. I'll go for it. And I will push him again because he has a special skill called Frenzy, which lets him block more than once. I'll then just start to move my other players around, and you'll be able to see how it goes. So each turn can last for a maximum of 2 minutes. If a player's knocked down, he has to stand up. And there we go, we're all involved. Now I've moved all my players, so it's his turn. Now this is a computer, and it's only a practice game. So he has a ball. Now what they'll often try and do is protect the ball, so you need to try and get to that ball carrier and get into the end zones here to score. You get 8 turns per half to score, and if you knock down and steal the ball, you can take it into your opponent's turn, and if into end zone rather, and then you can basically get a touchdown. So what they're trying to do is build what's known as a cage. Now I get to actually pick which dice I choose because this is the attacker, this is the opponent with strength of 3, and he's blocked my guy with strength of 5, so because I'm stronger, I get to choose. Now I don't want to get knocked down, so I'll just choose to get pushed back instead. Now I've got a player in this tackle zone of this opponent, and I will immediately try and block him. Now if you're not happy with the results, you can always re-roll a dice, although you can only re-roll a set of dice once per turn. So I'll re-roll it, and you can see you only have a limited number of re-rolls available. So I'm stronger with strength 3 against strength 2. That's an attacker down. I don't want that one because I'm a stronger player. So we get a defender stumbles. Now that means that if a player has dodge, he only gets pushed back unless the player has tackle that's attacking them. So I can do that and then push him over and knock him down. Anytime a player gets knocked down, they have to roll to see if they get injured. Again, so what we'll do is we'll just start to block away. See, I've got an extra turn there, and I've got a casualty. That player was injured, he got knocked down, and if you get knocked down, you roll against your armour. If it's over, then you can get knocked out of the game, stunned, or maybe even killed. it's a strategy game, as I said, and it can be a little bit variant on randomness, as sometimes, no matter how good you are, the dice just don't go in your favour. You can often choose how you block your players. Now, I didn't realise that that player had Frenzy, so if you fail a result, so if your player gets knocked over or falls down in your own turn, then your turn ends. Basically, it's a failed action, and it's then up to the opponent to take it from there. So as I said, the aim of the game is to score, be the highest winner, highest points, or whatever. So in this case, I get to pick, but both results are quite bad for me, as the end of my player being down. So what's happening here is that they're trying to gang up. If you have more players around them, they can get a bonus to their strength. Now it's my next turn, and what we'll do is we'll just move up from there. Now if you get a red movement, it means you have to make an agility roll, because you'll have to dodge. So I'll just show you what might happen here. So I'll move to there. As you can see, I needed to roll a dice. I got a 3 on that dice, but I actually needed a 4. Because it's a failed action, I can re-roll it. And I re-rolled it, so it's used up 1. And let's see if I can do it again. But I must have failed that dice roll, as I wasn't able to get it that time. So we're just going to wait and get this one over and done with quite quickly. So what happens is that he'll protect his ball carrier. They'll start to make their way down the pitch, and they'll eventually get a touchdown and hopefully score soon. So he did a blitz action and knocked my player down. And now they're just coming down to try and hold off all my guys there. See, they've been able to create a nice little block there. I'll just end my turn so you can see what happens. Now he's just moved up. He could have passed, but he's just holding off just now. He's playing it safe by creating a cage to defend his player with. There are lots of races available. You can go for evil humans, undead, elves, dark elves, evil dwarfs, and many, many others. Once we're done here, we'll make up a game, make up a team, and see how it goes. So again, I'll just end my turn quickly here. Again, they're just going to play it safe. Move down the park. As you can see, the white squares are showing you how much they can move, and the dark grey ones are if they need to go for extra movement. Again, you can always try and get an extra bit of movement there. One of my players got injured there, but because you sometimes have an apothecary, you can actually heal them. But because this was no long-term effect, I'm not too bothered about that. Normally if a star player gets killed or maybe injured, you'd want to use your apothecary to try and heal them up. So again, we're just waiting for, and we'll end our turn, and you should see that he runs in, gets the touchdown, and gets the score there. You get the cheerleaders cheering, and you get the players that might be injured, they'd then recover and maybe get on the pitch. So we'll just skip that little bit just now, and you'd then be able to set your team up. I'd be able to receive the ball, but I've only got 1 or 2 more turns left to play in this, because it is 2 halves of 8 turns each. So we'll abandon the match and go back to the main menu, and then we can have a quick look at the team. So again, we will go to single player and we'll begin a campaign. Now we'll play our classic game. Name our campaign the Stone Whisperer. Keep on medium, and these are all the races we get. So you go your Chaos Dwarfs, your halflings or hobbits, lizardmen, even ogres. What I'm going to do though is play one of my teams I've always liked, the mixed Underworld teams. Now that's a mix of ratmen and goblins. So what do we call them? Let's call them Stones Whisperers. We'll make them bright green so we see, and then we can begin a campaign. You can only pick 1 tournament to enter to start with. That's the Clean Cup. And now we have to buy a team. So, as I said, goblins are average speed, low strength, average agility, and slow or poor armour. But they do get some extra skills that actually make up for their low stats and agility. But actually, they can become very, very nimble. You have Skaven linemen, fast but not strong. Your Skaven thrower, likewise, but they do come with ability to throw the ball. Skaven blitzers, which are very tough and very nasty, and we actually even get our troll on our team. So let's buy some linemen, some blitzers, a troll, and 1 thrower. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players so far. And then I'll buy 6 goblins, as you need to have at least 11 players. Oops, just accidentally bought 1 too many there. I'm not sure if I can get rid of one or not, I'll work that one out. And you must have at least 11 players, but because these guys are all very low in armour, you want to make sure that they can actually have enough there to hang out. Now let's have a quick look. Can I actually get the money back on this guy? I'm not sure. So I might have messed that one up. You would then want to have what's known as rerolls. So you want to add as many rerolls as possible. As I said, that lets you regenerate, lets you reroll any failed abilities. And we'll get an apothecary to heal. So actually that worked out not too bad. We've got 13 players. That gives us a couple there spare. We've got Menable Snarl, Nurch, Sly-Nosed Chitter, Lion the Quick, Hideguff the Troll, Nurgic, then a bunch of goblins that we can use as cannon fodder. So, prepare for our next match. It would be against the Ragnarite Pythons, a Norse team, Vikings. But we're not going to start there. We'll wait another day and carry on. So guys, thanks very much for watching. Let me know what you think. Have I made a good choice? I don't think I've made a good choice for the team, but these are always fun guys to play, so looking forward to it. Thanks very much for your time, everybody. Take care and have a great day now. Bye bye.